Hey gang, John Bacarella here with your Lake St. Clair Fishing Report, brought to you by Sportsmen's Direct. It is Thursday, June 3rd, and what a wild weather week we've had, or I should say the last 10 days. But it actually works out for the best for everybody, I think, right now, other than the guys that were in town for that cold shot that we had, and it was a crazy change in weather. But we are back on the warm-up, and the fishing has pretty much just taken right back off and actually probably even gotten a little bit better now. So let's start talking about water. Water temp right now is about 60 degrees down at Belle Isle. So right now what that tells you is that the water temp's just kind of really stabilized, which is a really good thing for the lake, because that cold front, for all you smallmouth guys that were here like 2 weeks ago, or I should say a week and a half ago, when we had that 90-degree weather and the fish just kind of piled in on the in the flats down there by the mile roads, and it was just a melee of fishing. That was amazing, right? And then we had that crazy cold front that came in and kind of slowed things down, and we had some wild wind weather for a couple of days that kept everybody off the lake, and we got some rain, and then that cold front basically stopped a big push of fish. So what we've got going on now is right after that cold front cleared out and the weather started to stabilize again, we got another good push of fish down into the mile road. So imagine that. So for you folks that thought you missed it, well, you may have missed the absolute best fishing, but you're still going to have some great fishing ahead right now. And the water conditions are kind of, there's a little bit something there for everybody. Because of the wind and the rain and so forth, we've actually got a little bit of clear water conditions out there for you guys that still want to sight fish. And then we've got some off-colored and dirty water conditions out there too. You're just going to have to move around and find them. The satellite imagery is still down as of checking this morning, which is weird for any of you tinfoil hat people, kind of like me. So those the satellite imagery has been down for like 6 days now, which is crazy, which definitely impacts our ability to look out there on the lake and see what's going on. But I can tell you that there's a mixture of clean water and dirty water, so there is something for everybody out there as far as smallmouth. The same thing goes for you guys that are chasing walleye. That dirty water is going to be your best friend out there. Fishing those mud lines, that green off-colored water, you know the drill. The mouth of the Detroit River is especially hot right now. They've got some dirty water down there, and it is loaded with those post-spawn fish coming out of the Detroit River. So the mouth of the Detroit River, and then up and out of that mouth into the main lake, there are just tons of walleye. There's still walleye out by the 400 Club, out by Metro, out in front of the Clinton River mouth, spillway, up into the north end of the lake, up there by the Salt, and then going up into the St. Clair River. And the river fishing has been on fire and continues to be. The only thing that seems to change from day to day, and even hour to hour, as the case may be, is whether you're going to want to jig or whether you're going to drag harnesses. If you're in really, really super gin clear water, you're probably going to want to go a little bit deeper and pull those harnesses. If that water is clear but more off-colored, you got that tint to it, you can't see down 15 feet, then you can switch over and fish your jigs. And guys are getting fish up there and pulling pretty good limits either way. So they're either getting them jigging or night crawler harnesses. Just kind of depends on the current conditions that are going on up there right now. Shorecasters are getting fish, guys in boats are getting fish, whippers are getting fish. All different ways the guys are fishing off the wall, they're catching fish. So the walleye run is going up there, and the bite has been pretty hot for most people. That's not to say that you still can't go out and get skunked if you don't pay attention to the details and the conditions, but for the most part, the guys are taking pretty easy limits up there on the St. Clair River as well as the mouth of the Detroit River. White bass action continues to heat up for the folks that are chasing the white bass. We got schools all over the lake now. I'm hearing guys even reporting them down in the mile roads as they're bass fishing. They'll come up on a school of white bass and have a little fun for a few minutes and then go back to their smallie fishing. The point at Metro, they've been getting white bass. Rock bass are in for if you want to get the kids out there to get hooked up pretty good. That's going on. I would also expect that this week, with this next warm-up coming here over the next few days, we are going to see the mayfly hatch get going. And I know some of you guys say, the mayflies, that kills everything. I don't buy that and never have. You just got to change your tactics around a little bit. Usually I fish a little higher in the water column. Sometimes I'll go down to smaller blades on the harnesses if I can't get bit on those bigger blades. I mean, there's stuff like that that you can do to kind of mitigate those fish that are feeding, not to mention the fact that once that hatch starts, most of your activity is going to be early in the morning and in the evening. And guess what? For walleyes, that's the way it is anyways. So, I mean, just kind of focus more in those areas, and I still think you're going to catch plenty of fish. Also got some reports of some perch that are actually still spawning out by the mouth of the South Channel. And that's mostly because of that cold water coming down out of there. Even had a report that with that big blow, some guys that went over to Muscatmoot were getting water temps like at 49 or 50 degrees, which is crazy cold still. So there's still going to be some areas on the lake that you're going to have some spawning activity and maybe even some early spawning activity for even the smallmouth and some late spawning activity for the perch. There's also some of these back bays up in tight into these pencil reeds that they're catching just some huge catches of pumpkin seed sunfish and getting some, and the gills are getting started as well. So, and the mayfly hatch is just going to make that fishing explode as well. So they're catching some big catches of huge pumpkin seeds out there as well right now. We got the muskie opener going on this weekend, so there's going to be more guys out there fishing skis. Even though I know they can't go to Canada, but there's going to be, you know, quite a few guys out there either trolling or casting on the American side for the muskie opener, I'm sure. Crocker Road boat launch is open, as even that wind didn't take it down this time. So as of right now, as far as I know, that Crocker Road boat launch is open, and the pictures I've seen have been pretty clean. So no issues there. So you got Harley, you got Metro, and you got the Crocker Road launch that you can launch on down at this end, and then of course you got Selfridge up on the north end there by Hall Road. Got some great weather coming. It looks like we're going to have another run of 90-degree weather coming in this weekend. And man, you know, the fishing is great right now. Take advantage of it. Get out there. There's water conditions, water clarity for whatever you want to do. So I'm sure you can find the right water. Just hunt it down and you will be successful out there on St. Clair. Hey, if you like this video content and you want to get updated as soon as the next video is out there, hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon and you'll get notified as soon as the next video is up.